I'll be the first to admit, I was more than a little skeptical when I first got my hands on the SIG SAUER ZULU6 HDX PRO 18x50mm Marine Image Stabilized Binoculars. I mean, 18x magnification on a handheld pair of binoculars? That's usually a recipe for shaky views and sore arms, right? But, after spending a week putting these binoculars through their paces on the water, I've got to say, I'm genuinely impressed. If you're interested in checking out the product details for yourself, the link is in the description. What really changed my mind about these binoculars was the OmniScan stabilization. I've used high-power binoculars before, and even when I was leaning against a railing to steady myself, I still got that annoying jello effect that makes it impossible to get a clear view. But with the SIG SAUER ZULU6 HDX Pros, it's a whole different story. I could hold them steady, even when I was spotting birds on a distant sandbar, and the image stayed locked in. It was like I had a rock-solid tripod, but without the hassle of actually setting one up. That alone makes these binoculars worth the price if you're serious about marine viewing. The 18x50 HDX PRO ED glass is another major selling point for these binoculars. The image is bright, crisp, and clear, even at dusk when the light is starting to fade. I did a side-by-side comparison with a cheaper 10x42 pair, and the difference in detail was like night and day. With the SIG SAUER ZULU6 HDX Pros, I could see individual feathers on a cormorant perched half a mile away. The ED glass does a fantastic job of reducing chromatic aberration, so colors stay true and you don't get that annoying purple fringe that can be so distracting. It's like looking at a high-definition TV, but instead of being stuck in your living room, you're out on the water, taking in the sights and sounds of nature. One of the other features that really impressed me was the polarized objective lens covers. They're built right into the binoculars, so you don't have to hassle with clip-on filters that can slide off in the wind. Just twist the caps to cut glare off the water, and the view instantly sharpens. I tested it out at noon when the sun was reflecting off the bay, and the difference was like someone turned down the brightness on a phone screen. It was amazing how much of a difference it made, and it really made the viewing experience more enjoyable. The build quality of these binoculars is also top-notch. They're IPX7 waterproof and fogproof, wrapped in a rubberized marine armor that feels grippy even with wet hands. I accidentally dropped them once from about waist height onto the deck, and they bounced like a rubber ball, no scuffs, no fogging inside. It was a relief, to say the least, and it's clear that SIG SAUER has built these binoculars to withstand the rough-and-tumble world of marine observation. The Pelican case that comes with the kit is also a nice touch, although it's probably overkill for most people. But if you boat a lot, it's nice to have that extra protection, and it's clear that SIG SAUER is committed to providing a premium product. In terms of power options, these binoculars are pretty flexible. You can run them on two CR123 batteries for 20 hours, or switch to AA with the included adapter if you're on a longer trip. I like that I'm not stuck hunting for a specific battery type when I'm packing last minute. It's nice to have that kind of flexibility. And, let's be real, it's always a hassle to have to track down specialty batteries, especially when you're in the middle of nowhere. Of course, no product is perfect, and there are a couple of downsides to these binoculars. The weight, for one, is a bit of an issue. At 32 ounces, they're heavier than most handhelds, and after an hour or so, my wrist started to complain. If you plan to use them for long sessions, a tripod adapter would be a smart add-on. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's definitely something to consider if you're planning on doing a lot of extended viewing. The other thing to keep in mind is that the 18x zoom is amazing, but it's also pretty narrow. You lose some of the wide-field feel you get with lower magnification. It's perfect for spotting distant buoys or birds, but scanning a shoreline takes a little more panning. It's a trade-off, to be sure, but it's one that I think is worth it for the level of detail you get. Overall, these binoculars are built for serious marine observers who need stability and clarity at long range. If you're into birding from shore, fishing offshore, or just watching dolphins from a distance, they deliver where it counts. The image quality is exceptional, the build is rock solid, and the features are well thought out. They're not cheap to be sure, but if you're serious about marine observation, I think they're worth every penny. The link is below if you want to take a closer look.